Now, during the almost 10 years that I drank alcohol for, I'm not gonna lie, I always wanted a better life. I wanted to be in better shape. I wanted to have money. I wanted to have a beautiful girlfriend. I wanted to have great things in my life. But the problem is that alcohol always took priority. My belief was that alcohol enhanced my life. I truly believed that alcohol made it better. So that meant that every time that I stopped drinking, maybe I went 3 months, maybe I went 6 months, I went 9 months at one point. Every time that I did that, there was this very small belief that alcohol made my life better. Now, and what would happen is I'd get myself into such a state, I'd be like at rock bottom, I'd just screwed everything up. Maybe I had a fight, I don't know what happened, but something bad would happen, something would blow up. Then I would say, I'm never doing this again. I'd stop drinking and I might last a week, I might last a month, whatever. I'd just last a certain amount of time. But there was always this tiny belief that I held on to that alcohol made my life better. And what would happen is that belief would get bigger and bigger and bigger. It would snowball until I made the choice to drink again. And what would happen is I would usually make a bunch of progress. Like during those periods where I didn't drink, life would start going well again. And then I'd drink again. And, I might start binge drinking. Sometimes I just drink every single day. Like it was just very chaotic. But I always wanted a better life. I'm not going to lie. But once I removed that belief that alcohol made my life better, the desire left. Just under 5 years ago, I made a decision and I have not wanted to drink since, which is remarkable because for 10 years, it was up, down, wanting to drink, starting again. But for the past 5 years, it's been effortless. But just changing my beliefs and reframing alcohol, personally, I actually don't think that's enough. During the 10 years that I tried to stop drinking, I went to AA, I tried to read stop drinking books, I tried many different things, but I could never seem to make that long-lasting success. So today I actually want to talk to you about something that I'm working on at the moment. And it's something that I did when I first stopped drinking alcohol, just under 5 years ago, that completely changed my life. It changed the game and it made stopping drinking so simple. This is not going to be about changing the way you view alcohol or anything like that. I've never shared this before. I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to share it because I got to get a bit vulnerable, but whatever. I'm going to do it anyway for you guys because I know that this is going to help you so much. And just before I break it down for you, if you actually want to get access to a free video training that shows you how to reframe the way that you view alcohol by using a mental model called First Principles Thinking, please click the link in the description and you can just enter your name and email address in and then a video will start playing that shows you how to get control of your drinking by reframing it. This video is not about that. So if you want that, go and watch that. But this video is different, so let's get into it. So when I stopped drinking alcohol, the one thing that helped me the most was a vision. When I was at ground zero and I'd wrecked my life and I was working in a restaurant, minus whatever amount of money in the bank account, borrowing money off my family, out of shape, no girlfriend, no car, nothing. When I was at that place, just under 5 years ago, sure, I changed the way I viewed alcohol. I got to that state of mind where I just couldn't see a benefit to drinking it. What I did next was I started developing this vision. I started asking myself, what do I actually want? And the first thing that I knew I wanted was I wanted to be a business owner. So I went to a gym and I got started with the personal training business again. I started building that up and it got me off the ground, right? It got the ball rolling. I was building something again. But now I did the personal training business for a few months. But what started happening then is I really started asking me, is this really what I want? Is this truly what I want? Is this who I want to be? Do I want to be a personal trainer? Maybe own a gym one day, live in Oxford? Is that who I want to be? And the answer to that was no. That's not who I wanted to be. No shame. Great business, great career can be a great opportunity. I knew that I wanted to be location independent. I knew that I wanted to do something on the internet. I didn't know what it was going to be. I knew I wanted to make content and I wanted to help people. And when I first stopped drinking alcohol, I did some coaching program that helped me define this. And it made me write it down and really flesh it out and get into detail, right? Figure out exactly what you want. Where do you want to live? And I remember I had this vision board of like Bali and Thailand and Chiang Mai, and I had like pictures of YouTube and cameras and I created this document. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It took a tremendous amount of time and I procrastinated doing it. It was really strange. Like I'd force myself to do it and then I'd just get distracted and find something else to do. It's really, really hard to do. It's really hard to build a vision. But most people don't do this. If you go to the average person in the street and you say, what do you want for your life? Well, I just want to pay my bills. I just want to get by. What do you mean, what do I want for my life? Life's fine. I'm not saying it from a place of superiority because I'm genuinely trying to help you build a vision. But most people have got no idea where they're going. They've got no idea who they want to be. They've got no direction and they just kind of coast. And that's sad. Like, it's just sad. If they just sat down and made some decisions and decided, okay, things could be better, there is a better future ahead of me, then people start taking action. Things just start going in the right direction. There's a place, there's a destination. People start working harder, they start adding more value, they just start becoming better people when they've got a vision. You know, there's that quote, without a vision, the people perish. I don't know where that's, I think there's some American thing. I think I heard Jim Rohn say it or somebody like that. But anyway, back to the video. But one thing that I have realized is that successful people have a vision. They have clarity. They know what they want and they're working towards it every single day. And this is actually something that I help people do in the Sober Clear program, in one of the final modules. We help people develop this superhuman sober identity, this new version of themselves. And listen, if you're in the program and you're watching this video and you've still not done that document, I know it's hard, right? It's hard. It takes a lot of time, but it will be one of the most life-changing things you've ever done. But once I got the vision, once I knew who I wanted to be, I had something to pour my heart into. You know, when I first stopped drinking and decided I want to be a business owner, I want to make my own money, I want to do my own thing, I poured my heart into it. You know, I used to work so hard on that personal training business. It was non-stop. I was just all in. But then I created a new vision. And then I went all in into building this new vision. And I felt as though that if I knew that I could stop drinking alcohol, which was my biggest roadblock for my entire adult life, if I could do that, I felt invincible. I felt like I could build anything. And that's what I did. You know, I booked a one-way flight to Chiang Mai. I spent a year not drinking, but I was building skills. I was working for other people. I built another YouTube channel. I was writing these SEO articles. I was writing emails. I was doing things for other people, but building my skill set. And then I made a video talking about not drinking for a year, which got a ton of traffic and hundreds of, well, I don't know if it was hundreds, but it got many comments. It got the most amount of comments that I've ever had in my life on any video, because I've tried to do this YouTube thing many times. But anyway, I made a video about not drinking alcohol. Didn't expect anybody to watch it, and people just resonated with that message. And that's when I realized, and that's when I actually did it again. I built this new vision, right? Where I was realizing that, oh, there's a real opportunity to help people, to serve people at a high level now, and actually help somebody do what I've already done. And that's what I started doing. And then I went back to this same process of building a vision. And the vision that I had for Sober Clear was I wanted to create the program with the highest success rate in the world. I knew that if I could achieve that, everything else would take care of itself. It would be successful. If I could just build a wall of reviews and results and testimonials, then that would be all I needed to do, right? I could just make a few videos on YouTube, and as long as I had the results, nothing else really mattered. And if you actually go and look at the reviews page, it is massive. There are so many people in the program that have got results through what we've done together. It works. And actually, I'm not trying to sell you this program. It's not for everybody, right? But the average rating of this program is 9.7 out of 10. Average. That's when I add up all the people who have rated the program 1 to 10 and divided by the number of people that have filled that form in. The average is 9.7 out of 10. Awesome, right? But here's the thing. I genuinely feel like I've achieved that. In fact, it's not a feeling. There is nobody else out there that's getting these kind of results. And the vision that I had, you know, 4 years ago, whenever I did it, I feel like it's here. I feel like I've got where I wanted it to go. So the thing that I've actually been working on now is a new vision. Because the past couple of weeks, the past month or so, I felt a bit lost. I feel like I'm exactly where I wanted this to go. The vision that I had, it's here. So how am I going to make things even better? Like, where's it going to go next? And I have not had that vision. And this is why I wanted to share it with you. And what I've been doing is I've been spending literally 2 weeks so far developing a vision of what's next. 2 weeks. And that has been pretty much the only thing that I've been working on. And it is hardcore. It is so difficult, right? It's one of the hardest things that I've ever done. But what I do is I'll like read, I'll look for inspiration, I'll get an idea, and then I'll write it down. And I just write it down and write it down and write it down. And I've been building this document, and I've been really just every time I get some inspiration, I'm writing it down. And at first, it was hard. But then eventually got a bit more momentum. And now a couple of weeks later, the clarity's come back. I've got a vision again. And it's the most awesome thing ever. But it's also one of the hardest things that you can do. But the beautiful thing is that when you stop drinking alcohol, you start to develop this completely different level of self-belief. If you can actually stop drinking, you start going prolonged periods of time without drinking. If you've been failing many, many times in the past, it's the best feeling ever. You start to believe in yourself like you've never believed in yourself before. You truly believe that you can set your mind to something and just go for it. And that is so exciting. Because when you stop drinking and you just keep making things better, developing skills, getting to a better place, you start to dream. You start to think bigger. And it's exciting. And I'm not going to share too much else. Like, I just wanted to share the process that I've been going through. I'm not going to share the exact details because I actually think sometimes it's good to keep it private. But if you want to get people behind you, if you want to have a destination, then you need to spend time asking yourself, what do you actually want and who do you want to be? I promise you, it is probably one of the highest value activities that anybody can do. But It requires hard work. It is damn hard. Probably one of the hardest things. Actually, I'm going to say it. I think it's one of the hardest things that you can do. Build a vision. But if you want to stop drinking for the long term, this should be an absolute priority. And if you click the video on the screen right now, you can have some awesome stop drinking motivation. Have a great day.